Trimble with your readings for September the 3rd through September the 9th. Now, these are general readings, guys. If you would like a personal reading, you may click here. Click here for a personal reading. Listen, guys, if you're new, welcome. I'm so happy that you stopped by, and I really hope that you'll stick around and you'll keep coming back and that you enjoy these readings. And if you're returning, guys, I love you. You're my heart. Thank you so much for being loyal and keep coming back. I want to thank my patrons. My patrons are amazing. Thank you so much for your generosity. And if you'd like to check out my Patreon page, you can click on this link here. I do postings just for the patrons, and there's different levels, so check it out. Now, first of all, I do an astrological report for those of you who haven't been here before, and I put that on every reading as an intro, and then I go into the individual readings, zodiac signs. So there's a lot going on astrologically this week, guys, so I just wanted to mention that. So give me a minute, okay? So on the 5th, Mercury moves into Virgo, and that is Mercury's home, you know, analytical. It feels very comfortable in Virgo. Now, Mercury in Virgo is a great opportunity for you to look at finances, to really kind of analyze what's working, what isn't, and to, you know, make plans for the future. Just be careful not to kind of overanalyze, you know, just kind of take it easy, look at the situation, and figure out what's going to work for you going forward. Now, the next day, Saturn goes direct. Wow, that's 3 planets that have gone direct in the last couple of weeks. We have Mercury, and then the week before last, and then last week we had Mars, and this week we have Capricorn. So things are going to start to move forward. If you've been trying to start things and you've had blockages and some kind of barriers going up and you couldn't get it done, things are going to start moving forward now. So Saturn has been in retrograde since April the 17th, earlier this year. So it's such a relief, you know, that Capricorn is going forward. Saturn is going forward in Capricorn, which is a beautiful thing. This is going to bring focus into our situation. So along with Mercury in Virgo and then Saturn in Capricorn going forward, we are going to start kind of moving and shaking lots of things. I think there's a lot of energy going on, and things are really going to move fast. Now, on the 7th, Mercury in Virgo is trying to Saturn in Capricorn. Well, look, you know, first of all, these planets are going direct, and then they're in this beautiful relationship with one another. So I really feel that this is a perfect time to kind of start something new, at least plan something new, right? Because then we've got the new moon on Sunday. But before I go any further, we also have, at the same time, we've got Mercury trying to Uranus. Uranus is actually in retrograde, and it is in Taurus. So we're going to feel a little pull there, but it's in a good relationship. So kind of nice things might pop up for us, great things. This is really a good time to kind of have a think tank, to really come up with some brilliant creative ideas. So the Sun opposing Neptune, which is retrograde. So this is a brilliant time to really come up with some creative ideas. I mean, that's the energy. We are going to get these amazing creative ideas. Now, it's really good to kind of, you know, present them, get them planned. Don't sign anything yet, because the Sun opposing Neptune can make you a little fuzzy. So, you know, it can have that tendency. So don't just hold off on signing anything or committing to anything, but definitely come up with these brilliant ideas, present them, you know, have meetings, go on interviews. And on the 8th, Venus in Libra is square to Mars in Capricorn. There could be some challenges romantically here. You know, this could be issues coming up in your relationship, in your romantic relationships. This is a time to kind of look at it from a different angle and solve it peacefully. Try a different approach. Look, screaming and arguing never really works, does it? So try to think of stepping back and taking a different view and solving this in a different way, because this is an opportunity for a much deeper connection and getting really close with one another when you resolve it in a peaceful way. So now on this, and then we've got the new moon on Sunday, the new moon in Virgo. Now this is compassionate and creative energy, brilliant ideas. I told you this is all week, but practical, right? Now, and at the same time, Venus enters Scorpio. So this is like very deep, intense feelings and emotions around your loved one. And so this is an intense time. Look, these brilliant ideas are coming to you. It's very important to write them down. It's a new moon. It's your intention. And I've said this before, when you write it down, it's not about writing it down and saying, I intend to do this, I intend to do that, It's about describing how it would feel if that was the case, and as if you are experiencing that. Write that down, because that is the law of attraction. As you're writing that down and you're feeling it, you are attracting it. And what a brilliant way to start an intention on the new moon, and this new moon in particular. So, well, every new moon. I always say that, this new moon. But this is very powerful, creative energy at play during this week, this whole week, guys. So anyway, without further ado, let's go to your cards, shall we? Hello Libra, and welcome to your reading for September the 3rd through September the 9th. And the first card out for you guys is the 5 of Wands. Look at that. This is like conflict. It's like bickering at work. It's about kind of butting heads with a team at work and feeling kind of perhaps ganged up on. It could be somebody talking about you behind your back. It could be a group of people, and it could be some people at work that don't agree with your way of doing something. And when this card comes up, it's asking you, number one, to be a team player, but number two, it's asking you to not to avoid conflict. Now, it's not to be conflictual. Don't be combative when you handle this, but don't be afraid to handle something that's come up for you, because sometimes it's easier to kind of ignore it and move away and perhaps talk to somebody else about it. But this is about taking it head on. Clarifying it, you've got the Ace of Cups. Now this is saying, look at this situation with love in your heart. It's about being unconditional. It's about seeing, it's putting, look, when the Ace of Cups comes in, it's saying that there's an abundance of love there for you. And you have to reach inside and really look at this in a creative way of how you can handle it. And try to do it in an unconditional way. So it's about being creative in how you address it, but definitely address it, because this could bring you an abundance of love. So you could have this incredible team relationship when you handle this, if you handle it in the right way. If you come from a place of love, if you come from unconditional love, if you see the best in everyone. So this is about not negating what other people are saying or thinking, or, you know, their opinions. It's about hearing them, but it's also not about compromising your own values. So this is definitely about coming to this situation with an open heart and with love, because this is potentially a really wonderful team atmosphere and wonderful loving atmosphere when you go into work. This will really benefit you. This is a wonderful opportunity to solve an issue and come out of it really feeling emotionally fulfilled and a really nice, pleasant atmosphere at work. And that's what you want, you know. Now the next card up for you is the High Priestess. Trust your gut feeling this week. You are being given the gift of intuition and psychic ability, which, you know, is your gut feeling. So this is about really trusting it. Go with your feeling. You know, if you've got a funny feeling in your stomach, you know, listen to it. Take a moment, look at it, feel it, and act accordingly, right? You're going to get some opportunities. Now, clarifying this, you've got the Four of Pentacles, which makes me think that you're kind of holding on to something. You're holding on to something that doesn't work for you anymore. So this is a situation that you perhaps need to really use your intuition and your gut feeling in. You may be hanging on to something that doesn't work for you anymore. You have to ask yourself what that is. This is about going inside. It's about looking at what isn't working for you anymore, because the Priestess is coming in because she's going to let you be aware of what you're looking. Look, he's kind of holding on to the coins. Now, it could be financial. You have to think of money as energy. You know, you have to release it in order for it to go in. Sometimes this is fear that you're not going to have enough, that it's not going to be replenished, that you're, you know, constantly concerned about finances. And it very well could be. Finances could be up in your, because of what's happening astrologically as well, because Mercury is moving into Virgo. So this could be kind of over analyzing, you know, thinking about financing or finances and where's your money and how you're spending it and how you're going to make it. And it's like, let it go. This is saying let that go. Don't over analyze. Come out. You know, you're going to get a good feeling. You'll know which way to go. You'll know what to spend your money on. Just don't overanalyze it this week. And the next card you've got is perhaps you're overanalyzing it because you've got all these choices. You have all these opportunities. The Seven of Cups. I mean, look, darling. There's some good opportunities and there's some not so good opportunities. And maybe that's why you're kind of, you know, thinking about that and in fear and not letting something go. But when the Seven of Cups comes in, for me, it's all about meditation. Seven is introspective. It's about going inside. It's, you know, I always say prayer is talking to God. Meditation is listening. Quieten the mind. Don't be over analytical, because sometimes we allow our minds to control us. Connect your mind with your heart, and that is when you really make an educated and intelligent decision, when your mind and your heart is connected. If you're just doing it from a cerebral point of view, from your mind, you know, that can just go off, you know. It can go off in tangents and confuse you even further. So you need to kind of separate yourself from your mind and connect it to your heart. And you're going to know what your choice is, right? And when you do choose and you have quietened, there's the noise. New York City, darling. There's never a dull moment in the city. So you've got, when you go inside and you're able to quieten the mind, right, and you make the right choice, you have the Six of Wands, which is accolades, darling. It's success. This is telling you you must rely on your intuition and your psychic abilities. You do have them. This is the time to not be analytical, to get out of your mind, quieten it. Don't allow it to control you. And you can't control it, but just don't allow your mind to control you. Because success and celebration is there. Let it go, darling. Let it go. Let go of the analytical mind. Let it go and be guided spiritually, psychically, and intuitively. Libra, listen, I really want to thank you. I think it was nearly 2K views, I think, on your video. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all the likes, for all the shares and the comments, and thank you for subscribing. If you're a new subscriber or you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe. So guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I really do. Mwah. I love you all, and I'll see you next week. For a personal reading with Mary, go to www.liveinthesolution.com.